Today I am presenting from Pacer Center on the topic of the keys to job success, tools to support executive function. My name is Sarah Giffen-Hunter. I am an assistive technology specialist at Pacer, and the department that I am in is called the Simon Technology Center. I have here with me today Paul Sampt. He's doing my tech support, and he will be monitoring the chat on both Zoom and YouTube.
Devices and apps that help manage time with clocks, watches, and alarms.
Anyone's smartphone is often in their pocket, and so of course we want to start with a tool that is readily available. In alarms that are built into, this would be an iPhone, you can make it very specialized. So I can put in a specific label. So I typed in a whole bunch of text there. It says leave for work in 5 minutes. And I can set that for, just one day of the week and repeating. So that's kind of nice. So let's say I have a job where, I have different shifts. And so I might have to be at work at 9 on most days, but then every Wednesday I don't start till noon. And so that might be a really nice thing to just set an automatic alarm every week. It's going to remind me that that shift is different that day. But what's great about this is they have a lot of different ways that you can set up to dismiss your alarm. So those are called, you pick a mission. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the plus sign where I would be creating a new alarm. And that's what that looks like. I can choose any time. I can repeat it, the sound, but I can also, up here, I'm going to tap this where it says mission, and it will show you all the different kinds of missions you can do. And the idea is that if you have trouble waking up in the morning, it's kind of like that snooze. If you hit the snooze over and over again, that there are things that you have to do. Maybe you have to get up and take a certain amount of steps, or maybe you have to do squats or something. So you can choose one of those missions, and then you can say, so the alarm, and you can also choose your sound. Maybe you choose a really loud, really obnoxious sound. The only way you can get that sound to stop is by completing those 20 steps. They do have that alarmy loud morning alarm, and they have in here, looks like 8 different that they call loud ringtones. So they're especially loud, and this is a great tool for, like I said, people that have a lot of trouble waking up. They're deep sleepers, or just resistant to waking up, or people with a hearing impairment as well. Next, I have a clock that is an easy to read digital clock I have back here. Hopefully you can see that okay. It's kind of good size, and one of the reasons that I think this is really nice is that it is a very visual way to remind you of the day of the week. So you could have this at your workstation, and it reminds you of the day of the week, has the date on it, the time really large. It also has, I think, 5 different alarms and a medication reminder. So Time Timer is a brand that has a lot of different devices that are timers with the red disc. This and the Apple Watch, and these are what we call wearables. And they're just really great because that means it's going to be with you. It's going to be on your wrist. And I like to point out that, a lot of times young people who are not accustomed to having a job may not realize that it's not going to be okay to just have their phone with them all the time. And so depending on the kind of job you have, it may or may not be okay to use apps to help yourself on your phone. So that's why something like this Time Timer watch is great, because it's not a smartwatch. It is just, it has 3 different modes. One is a clock, and the other is the red timer disc, countdown disc, and the other is an alarm. So this countdown timer disc can be used when you need to have, like your supervisor gives you a task and an estimated time needed for the task. And so that is a visual way to kind of keep track of how long you're taking and help kind of support your focus on that task. The Apple Watch, you do have to have an iPhone to pair it with. And you can do something as simple as set a reminder, a time alert every 15 minutes. And it has the little haptic signal. It's like a little tap on your wrist. And if you just need help supporting your focus so that every 15 minutes it reminds you, oh, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? That could be really helpful for being at work.
Devices and apps to manage time through the use of timers and reminders.
Here in the left is one of the time timer devices. This one I like because it's really small. This is called the Mod. You can set it someplace that it's always visible. You can set it for a specific task, maybe something that you spend too much time on. So let's say you tend to get sort of distracted and spend too much time on email and not start on the other projects for your day. So you could set it for 20 minutes and have it next to you. And there also is an auditory alarm on this. You can turn that off or on. So you can have just visual, or you can also add the auditory. The time trackers, there's two different sizes. I have them both here. This is the little mini one. And then I've got a larger one. And the larger one has a clock on the top, but these both also have auditory as well as visual reminder. So the way that the time tracker works is it's using a red, yellow, green, or green, yellow, red reminder to time yourself and then give you a warning when your time is almost up. This is also the free version. And I think that the free version just limits how many different reminders you can make. And the paid version is $1.99. So if it's something that seems useful to you, it's certainly worth that. Over here, you can see, for one thing, it's very visual. They have large text, they have large icons. That's really nice. You can see the different kinds of reminders that you can set, including the voice reminders. And then these are the current reminders that are created. You can type in the text. If I want to create a new voice reminder, then I can record audio. Remind me to check the mail at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Remind me to check the mail at 10 a.m. tomorrow. One nice thing is that if this is say a supervisor could even create this reminder for you. And so they could have a longer, I think it said up to 30 seconds. They could have a longer description. So let's say they want you to check the mail and to bring it in. And so they could give some instruction in that. And then let's see, if we look at the calendar, that's another nice feature of this. You can kind of see what's coming up. So all these stars are there, I think, because Feed the Cat is every day at 9 a.m. But if you just had specific reminders for specific days, there wouldn't be so many stars on there. So then you can see there's also, this is also nice too. So when I just tapped on recurring reminder, then it kind of prompts you like, oh yeah, so how often am I gonna need this reminder? Is it something that I do every day? Will it be something that I have to do once a week, monthly? That's really helpful. So let's say there's some task you need to do at work that is a monthly thing. That's really great. You might really need that reminder put in there. A smart speaker can be useful at home. So for setting alarms or reminders related to getting ready and getting to work on time. This can be with your smartphone. If you have an Apple, that would be Siri. This can be with a smart speaker like Amazon's Alexa. And the one that I have here today is a Google display. So all I do is I say, hey, Google, set me a reminder for my 2 p.m. meeting with my boss tomorrow.
Devices and apps to stay organized and remember instructions.
this is a LiveScribe Echo and a full-size notebook that I will demonstrate in just a moment. This pen has an actual microphone in the pen, so it's recording audio when you're taking notes and syncing up with the notebook. I'm not going to describe that, I'll just show it. But then another one is often called a little bit more professional. This is called a Smart Pen 3, and it's kind of sleek, and it has this little nice, professional looking portfolio kind of notebook. So we have both of those that we loaned from the library. And these are really great for capturing information that is shared with you, maybe to use in a meeting. So these smart pens are really great because they are capturing the audio for you to be able to go back later and review. There's actually commands on this notebook, and I'm going to tap on where it says record, and it will start recording my audio, and I'm going to pretend to be the supervisor. So it is now recording everything that I'm saying. So if the new project is to do filing of customer files, okay? So I wrote a note there that says filing. And then I'm going to say there are 4 important steps to this. So the first one is that you gather your supplies. And then I go, and I just love this for the workplace. So then I go and I'm starting on this project the next day. And so all I do is I tap on the number 1, and I'm going to be able to listen to what my boss told me. So, and then you can pause it. I could go do all of that stuff, get it all done, then I could go to the next step. So it really is capturing that and then repeating it for us. And, maybe I'm starting on the project a week later, 2 weeks later. So that's just really great. Google Keep is where we're at. Google Keep is, of course, linked to a Google account. And you can access it from any device or online. And it is like Post-it notes, basically. And what I have here, you can see each of these is a different note. You can make a checklist. This photo one is like, if you need to go to the store and buy ink for your printer, you can just take a photo, put it in there. Here's the one I need. Here's one that is like a checklist. So I'm going to open that. You can see. So if you have steps for a certain task, then this is a place you could store that. And you could do that at your desk, and then you could open it on your phone when you're in the doing your stocking, your shelves, and you could review this. This can also be on the Apple Watch. And then the next one is one that we also really like. This is Trello. And Trello has different boards, and then within those boards, different cards, which I think of like tasks. Also, you can access it from a mobile device, from online. You just have your account and you log in. So here I've got one called Filing Project Instructions. So when I open that, these are all different cards that I created. And here's the first steps, the filing instructions, contents order. Here's a place. So this would be something maybe your supervisor would help you set up. List the problem file names here. Okay, so those will be ones you'll go and ask about later. Over here where I have gather supplies, I can click on that. I can add lots of different details if I want to. And then down here is a checklist. So here's places, so I can have that recorded. So let's say I forget where all these supplies are. I can write that in from the beginning and be able to check back to it each time when I need to find new labels. Oh yeah, it's going to remind me where those are. So this one I just wanted to open to show you that you can also add images. So here, these are the steps: do first, do next, do last. You can even slide these over if you've completed it. But I do like that sort of, you can take pictures and have that as a visual support for the task as well. CanPlan is a Canadian made app, and it is free. And this is my favorite app for creating visual reminders for steps of a task. And this is all, I think that this one might have come as a sample in the app, but you can totally create this on your own. You just take photos right in the app. You type in, so this is Make Coffee. I'm gonna go ahead and start it. You can type in the text at the bottom down here, fill coffee pot with cold water. You can type in, something longer, a very detailed description if you want. And then at the bottom here, now my thing is covering up, but at the bottom here is is the button where you can tell it to speak that text that you have entered that supports the photo that's there. You can also, there's also a setting where you can have it automatically speak the text for each one that you get to, but I'm going to hit it now just to speak it. I don't think that's sharing over Zoom, but now I'm going to just swipe to the next photo.
Open top of coffee machine and pour water into the right side.
Swipe to the next one. So this is a great example because it just really shows how very granular you can get with the steps of a task. This is the free version. Over here, you can see that you organize different projects. And so I've got one here called Work Stuff to Remember. And so when I add a task, I tell it which project I want it to be in. And then I tell it when I want the reminder. So over here, you can see I put in submit my hours, and then every Friday, and then this little arrow circle means that it's recurrent. So every Friday, it will give me a reminder to submit my hours. And you can also add subtasks. So that's kind of nice. Again, task steps you can list underneath there and check them off as you do them. So clean my room. Here's the things that I need to do.
Devices and apps to minimize distractions and maintain focus.
So I've got here noise canceling headphones, and hopefully more and more people are learning about these. So these are not only padded headphones that you can use with Bluetooth or with an aux cord into your device that plays music, but they also have what is called active. There's a button here where you turn on active noise canceling. And that is basically a technology that takes the background noise or the white noise and kind of blocks it out. So if you're listening to music, you can hear it better. But I also think these are a really great thing to try for the workplace. If you have something that you need to focus on, let's say you need to focus on, your computer and there are distracting noises around you, these are a great thing to try to see if they really help you to focus. And then, in addition to that, I have the White Noise Light app, which is really nice for calming background sounds. So you could have that going on your phone. You could have that going into your just regular headphones. So it's got a nice, a nice audio. This is a really nice thing to use for like a calming break. So let's say things are getting kind of stressful, we're having a hard time at work. So this is a really nice break. Take a 5-minute break, and there's even a timer on here that you can set. Another one is it's called Stand Up, and it's the work break timer. And that's what that looks like. And you basically just go in here and you set it. So you can set the time that you want it to start and end. So you would basically set that for your work shift. And then how often you want it to go. So it's just going to bring up a reminder and tell you to stand up.
Thank you for watching. And a special thanks to Project Launch as well as Sarah Giffen-Hunter with Simon Technology for putting together the presentation.